So today's topic is about fixing things. Oh yeah, and finding Palermo Bakery. So I went to look for this place called Palermo Bakery. Supposedly all the great bread in the restaurants in the area are from this place. One guy wrote about the Italian history of this place. It is not known to sell stuff to the public. It is known to do wholesale, but they will sell stuff to the public. And I saw some pictures of it seeming a little small sort of showroom. But when I tried to find it, I ended up in a plaza. I was like, huh, that's weird. There's all these like stores here. It's like a strip mall. Nice and fancy and new. Where Google put it on the map was the car wash for Chevron. Obviously wrong. But I didn't actually bother to think or look at anything. And so I talked to some people and they said, yeah, I know about it. You're not there to sit down, right? I was like, no. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's where we bought Christmas bread. It's further down near Togo's. And she's like, it's hard to find though. The guy's like, yeah, you might as well put Togo's in. So I drove on down. I was thinking initially about walking because, maybe Google was off by a little bit. But it was over a mile away, multiple intersections. So good thing I didn't walk, I just drove. And literally, it was in the back of Togo's. Togo says 1620, and this is attached to that building. A bakery. I wonder if Togo's there has really good bread. And so in the back, I walked in, and it's like, there's definitely nothing for sale. There's just people making bread, and I asked, oh, they're like to the side. I was like, oh, there's a showroom. I walked to the side, and still there's nothing. Except there's a man. And I asked him, could I buy some bread? He's like, yeah, what do you want? And I didn't know. I didn't know what they sold. So I told him, oh, what do you have? Whatever. And so he pointed out to me some stuff. I had no idea what they were still. I just asked, what is that? He's like, sour or sweet, I guess. Yeah, so I bought some bread from a Hispanic man, paid for it in cash. And then when I went back to the car, I fixed it. That is, I fixed the Google Map location. Google Maps doesn't really seem to care whether they have your address wrong. Maybe if you paid them to advertising, they'll be more receptive, but they don't care about fixing lots of things. Like the fact that some roads are now open when they've been closed, and Google still marked them as closed. This is an issue for a lot of people who do business near Yosemite, because they run these motels, and some of the roads were damaged by the fires, but that was a while ago, and the road's already been done, but Google still shows it as closed. And their customers will call and say, I can't make it there. Sorry, it's too far. Like, no, the road's open. I know, I live here. But then the customer still cancels because who do they trust? Google. But Google isn't trustworthy. They don't even do the basics. In trying to find this place, I looked at the address, 1620 Fremont. I was only below 1100 and it was going up. Of course it wasn't in this plaza. What idiot would think it's in this plaza if they know simple math? Not even math, numbers. So I just looked and kept looking to see where it kept climbing. It's so easy to set up a program that compares addresses and tells if you're obviously out of place, which this one is. But Google simply doesn't care about your accuracy. All they care is about making money. And the second thing is, maybe I actually did a bad thing. After I walked out carrying my bag full of bread for like 15 bucks, it's actually 10 bucks, except that I got a big loaf afterwards of sourdough, I guess. So 10 bucks for like 3 ciabattas, but big long ciabattas, and then, one baguette, one sourdough roll, one big bread bowl roll. But after I came out, he closed the door. I guess they didn't want to really deal with customers. And maybe some places don't like dealing with customers. They deal with wholesales. There's a complaint one guy had on their site on Yelp, saying that the guy who delivers their bread is really rude. He doesn't say hello, how are you? But who cares? They're selling bread. I mean, New Yorkers are rude, but it's not rude. It's just the way they do it. Why do they bother with pleasantries? It's just wasting time. But he complained on their site on Yelp because there's a site on Yelp. They have a listing. But maybe they don't want to deal with customers. They just want to sell to businesses who have different criteria. Customers, do they really make much money? It's annoying to deal with these little people asking all these questions, don't know what bread is. Paying with improper cash, as in he had to find me change. All these things, right? Why would he want to do these if he didn't have to? And maybe the beauty of the place is that it's hidden. Not many people know about it, just locals. And the lone soul who happens to find it on Yelp.